Right now at noon, we're just hours away from former President Trump appearing in court to be arraigned on criminal charges stemming from that hush money payments to porn actress Stormy Daniels. He is the first current or former president to ever be charged with a crime.
And a live look right now from Trump Tower, where we are expecting Trump to leave any minute now and make his way to court. And here are live pictures outside the Manhattan courthouse. This is where Trump will appear this afternoon. The indictment remains unsealed, but he will reportedly be charged with around 24 counts. We have team coverage at noon with crews in New York, Palm Beach, and in the newsroom.
And we're going to start things off with Local 10 News reporter Glenna Milberg, who is actually in New York City right now on this historic day, and all eyes on that city. Glenna.
From around the world, as a matter of fact, Christy, and daily New York crazy is at a whole other level today here in Lower Manhattan. Inside that courtroom, people were here overnight to get a place inside a hallway. There are right now, we understand, more than 200 people there. Out here, the world's press and 200, 300 other people standing here showing sort of the public sentiment. The great divide over former President Trump is on full display. Before former President Donald Trump even arrived, his divided public weighed in.
What I hope happens is absolute justice, which is to have this case dismissed immediately. It's meritless. It's a political persecution.
What is the daily court calendar at Lower Manhattan's courthouse is upended for the international newsmaking unprecedented indictment of an American president. Mr. Trump will face the judge for the first time, and that indictment will be unsealed. The public will finally hear details of what is expected to be 30 or so counts related to payments made to porn star Stormy Daniels, hush money, to keep a story of their affair out of the press as Trump ran for president in 2016.
Did you know about the $130,000 payment to Stormy Daniels?
Mr. Trump spent arraignment eve at his home up in Trump Tower in Midtown. He is expected to arrive here within the hour, surrounded by Secret Service, to begin court proceedings here as an accused criminal. Those court proceedings, very matter of fact, as arraignments are, and with few exception for security, keeping the former president as far away from the public view as possible. That should only take a few minutes at most, but then the story will be, we will finally know the details of the indictment, what the specific charges are, and a bit of the evidence that the Manhattan DA has against former President Trump, who now stands very matter-of-factly today as an accused criminal. That's the latest here from Lower Manhattan. I'm Glenna Milberg, Local 10 News.
And Glenna, we can obviously see from your live shot there the barricades. We see media, lots of people. Talk about the security measures happening right now in New York City. No doubt it's an all-hands-on-deck situation.
It is. At what we're told is 35,000 of New York PD personnel are working with the Secret Service. It's the Secret Service handling the first layer of security around the former president. They will be with him, literally around him every step of the way here. But out on the streets, very much New York Police Department and others, the police departments handling no specific threats, but certainly security personnel are very aware of the history of the people who are Donald Trump's most extreme supporters. So they are not taking any chances. They've been out very vocal in the last couple of days, making sure the public knows that everybody is welcome to protest very peacefully and nothing more.
Okay, we'll be talking to you later on this afternoon, Glenna. Thank you so much. And former President Trump will reportedly then head back to Palm Beach after he is arraigned.
And that's where we find Local 10 News reporter Syra Onwar. Syra.
So, Janice, Christie, it's quite a contrast from what Glenna is seeing here in Palm Beach County. It's actually been a very quiet morning, which is also a contrast to what we've seen the past several days. If you've been watching our reports, we've been reporting live from the Southern Boulevard Bridge. This bridge actually leads right across to Donald Trump's property, to the Mar-a-Lago estate, the golf club, his home, all of it. In the past several days, we've seen giant Trump flags, lots of demonstrators playing music. We've seen cars honking as they drive by them. None of that this morning. You don't hear any honking. You don't see the trucks driving by with the Trump flags that we've seen really since last Tuesday. So quiet morning here in Palm Beach County, but I have a feeling that's going to change as the day progresses because later tonight, Trump is scheduled to return to Mar-a-Lago around 8 o'clock. We know he'll be delivering a speech. So far, no details of that speech have been released, but right now we know that we've heard reports rather that his staff has written a speech for him, but it hasn't yet been approved by him. He still has to read it. His lawyers still have to read it and give it their final stamp of approval. So that's happening again around 8 o'clock from Mar-a-Lago. We will have a crew there. But again, as far as what's happening today, early in the day here in Palm Beach County, very quiet, not seeing those supporters coming out just yet, but we will keep you updated. That is the very latest live here from Palm Beach County. Syra Onwer, Local 10 News.
All right, Syra, I'm expecting that to change as well. And there are a lot of things happening today for Trump's indictment, both in New York City as well as Palm Beach.
Local 10's Gio Signares is in the newsroom with a timeline of events. Gio.
Janice, Christy, while the public won't see much of Trump in New York, as Glenna pointed out, given the high security surrounding him and the slightly secretive nature with which they're transporting him to and from the courthouse, what we can expect for the rest of his day is looking a bit clearer. As former President Trump prepares to face around 24 charges, including felonies related to hush money paid to adult film star Stormy Daniels, the layout of his day is becoming clear. Today, Trump will walk into a Manhattan courthouse to be arrested, delivered by Secret Service. He is not expected to be handcuffed, but his fingerprints will be taken. After he's processed, the former president will be brought to the courtroom where the indictment will be unsealed and he will formally face the charges. That'll happen around 2:15 p.m. Trump is expected to enter a plea of not guilty. Then, following the arraignment, the Manhattan DA, Alvin Bragg, is expected to hold a news conference at around 3:30.
One thing I could assure you of as I sit here today, there will be no guilty plea in this case. That's one thing I can guarantee you. I don't think this case is going to see a jury. I think it's going to go away on papers. I think there's a legal challenge that will be made and should be made successfully.
There will also be no video cameras in court, but the judge will allow 5 still photographers to take photos before the arraignment starts. Once Trump leaves the courthouse later this afternoon, he'll return to the airport and go back to Mar-a-Lago, where he plans to speak publicly later tonight around 8:15 p.m. This is just one of several investigations the former president faces right now. Others involve his handling of classified documents after leaving the White House, efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election, and in Georgia, he faces scrutiny over attempts to overturn losing that state, pressuring officials to, quote, find him votes. Trump denies any wrongdoing in all of the investigations. As for his expected remarks at Mar-a-Lago later tonight, at least 500 prominent supporters have been invited to attend, according to reports. That includes some pro-Trump congressional Republicans. In the newsroom, I'm Gio Signares, Local 10 News.